Okay, welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you a bit of a view into the process that I'm going through to rebuild the Koala website. And I'm doing that using AI right at the heart of defining the pages, defining the content, creating the content, and then actually building the website. And thought you may get some benefit from taking a look at the process that I'm going through. You might have heard the term vibe marketing, which has been built off vibe coding, that actually we're just using AI, we're sort of racing around, no great direction. What I hope I'm going to show you is that this is not vibe marketing. This is very, very structured, AI assisted, but it's allowing me to go at such a crazy pace compared to if I was doing it any other way. I've worked in organizations where we've run marketing or website refreshes, and these projects have taken 6 months or a year, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and many people to be involved. And I'm just doing this on my own, outside of the core of running the business, and it's just going at such a rapid pace. So this is the current website. It is all hosted and part of the core Koala platform. And the initiation of, or the catalyst of me rebuilding it is actually I wanted to split the website out into a different project so that we can manage and maintain it separately. So here's where I am at the moment. We are literally one day in, so we're moving very, very fast. We've got a basic homepage here. We've got some images. I haven't really tidied up the font at the theme yet, so we've got some of the old legacy images in here. But this is what we're going to show you. At the moment, we're building out a product set of pages, including a product overview, which explains the high-level details of the platform. And then what I've just built out is this digital chief AI officer page with lots of screenshots and content and so on. What I now want to go and build is our accelerators page, which does not exist at the moment. So it is not there. And I'm going to show you this process end to end. How do we bring our accelerators page to life? So let me switch over to Cursor. Now, Cursor is a development environment. It's AI powered. Ironically, I'm not actually going to show you any of Cursor's features today because I'm going to be using Claude Code, which is actually baked into Cursor, but it's the interface that I'm using. So let me just go back to the start here, and I'm going to explain a few things I'm going to show you before we use them. Now, this is why I say this is not vibe coding or vibe marketing, because it is very, very structured. So within my Claude file folder here, I've got a set of commands, and I've set up some marketing commands, and I want to explain to you what each of them does before we use them. So the first thing is create a page design. So this command instructs Claude in terms of what I want when I want to come up with a new page design. So the goal of this is to guide an AI assistant in creating a detailed web page design document in Markdown format for the Koala marketing website page. The document's going to capture the page's objectives, target audience, content requirements, design considerations. Some pages are going to be static on the website. Some are going to use our CMS at the back end. And the process of this one command is that I want it to receive the initial request from me, the user, then to ask some clarifying questions, determine the specific content strategy. Is this going to be a static page, or are we going to create dynamic content? Discover what available components we've already got in our project. So different components and features that we can use in our page. Then to design the page architecture, what components are we going to use? And then to create a very detailed web page design document based on all of this, and save that document with this format in the tasks directory. Okay, so that's the format. Have a conversation with me, ask some questions, figure out the structure of this page, and then save that document. You have got access to these various collections, homepage, features, pricing, product, of what a page looks like. We've got various theme components. Here are some example clarifying questions that you might ask. What's the objective of the page? Who's going to use it? Key messaging and so on. Then we're going to look at the output document. We want it to generate a document that's got a page overview, including the name and the URL. We want, what is the architecture? Is this static or dynamic? What are the key messages, the value, the page structure, content requirements, and so on. Now, importantly, you might say, well, how on earth could Claude have a clue about our messaging and the value proposition and the different components? Well, we're going to give it that context. So the context files for Claude to reference are our product overview document. So we've got a docs folder here with context, and this has got our product overview in it, our messaging framework, our brand guidelines, our visual style, a positioning canvas, and an overview of all of the pages that we want in our website. So there's a ton of context here. That means that when Claude is working through this, it can pull all of this into its knowledge. And then we're going to create the format of this, blah, blah, blah. Excellent. So final instructions, super detailed in terms of what we're asking Claude to do. So the output of that first phase is just a website design document. The next command I'm going to show you is this create Astro content. So Astro is the platform that we're using, this framework that is developing the website. And so when we create Astro content, we're basically creating a file in the format that Astro needs. And so this is the second command. So based on the input that comes from the web design document, we're now going to create the content. So you're going to receive a file that looks like that. I then want you to go through, review the available collections. I then want you to take the design input, and I want you to create a new Astro file that has got all of the required information. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You're going to determine what visual assets we need. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And so that is going to follow this process. Use the right icons. That's going to create the page. And then if we have time in this video, we might get to the final bit, which is creating images. And so this is the third command. So based on the web page that we've just created, we need screenshots, product mock-ups, we need scenes of individuals, and we're going to either grab those screenshots automatically within the AI. I'm going to show you that. Or we're going to create prompts that I can then chuck into an image generator AI to be able to pull into our project. Okay, so those are the three tasks that we're going to follow. And we're, just as a reminder, we're going to build the accelerators page for Koala. So all I'm going to do now is go / create page design. Help me create the accelerators page that is going to go into our product directory. So that's all I've said. I've not explained what an accelerator is or anything else, but it's now following that initial task, which let me just bring this up here, create page design. So this is the task that it's following. I can see that you've got a comprehensive product collection schema already. Let me check if there are any existing product pages to understand the current structure. And so you can see here now it's looking in the product page. It can see that I've already created the digital chief AI officer page. Right, now it's following its own instructions. Great, now I've got a good understanding. Let me ask some clarifying questions. So before I create the web page, I need to understand, what are AI accelerators in the Koala context? Are these pre-built AI tools? The target audience, the relationship to the core platform, key differentiators, content structure preferences, and conversion goals. Okay, now, because we've got these questions, if I was going to be typing, then there is no chance that I'm going to be able to provide as much detail as I am when I'm talking. And so I'm going to use a tool called Whisper Flow, which is fantastic. It just means that wherever your cursor is, you just press your function button on a Mac and you talk, and it will just tidy up what you're talking about. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And I'll just go through each of these questions. So in terms of what an AI accelerator is, it's a pre-built prompt or GPT instructions, maybe a little bit of code. It could be a training document or a deck or maybe a YouTube video. It's something that helps a user of Koala to accelerate AI adoption in their company. It's something that they can just copy and take and use with limited or no involvement from the Koala team. The target audience is an actual user in Koala. So it's more likely to be a member of the AI leadership team, the AI Center of Excellence. It could be someone in learning and development or training or HR. It could be one of those senior leaders trying to drive AI adoption across their organization. Accelerators are only available in Koala Digital and above, so not to the individual license or the free license. And in terms of how they complement the digital CAIO, if you think that the digital CAIO is kind of do it yourself because you're having a chat and you're coming up with a plan for something to do yourself, the accelerators are done with you. So it's kind of pre-built. You can just copy it and take it off yourself. And that's separate to the expert requests, which is done for you, which is where our team are the ones writing the prompts or the GPTs or the code. The main differentiators of accelerators are that often people just don't know how to use ChatGPT or AI in their organization. So I often refer to these as Lego kits. By putting the picture of the JCB or the Millennium Falcon on the front of the Lego box, it makes it easier for someone to understand what they're going to build. And that's what we have with accelerators. By giving people a large number of examples of how they can use ChatGPT or AI in their organization, it helps them to say, right, I want that, and to take it. It allows them to go a lot faster than doing this just purely internally or using consultants to build stuff. In terms of the content structure, we do want to show off some of the accelerator categories and also individual accelerators. So within your project, you've got the ability to click around and then go and have a look at the live accelerators in the Koala platform. And then the goal of this page is really to get people to sign up for a free trial. Now, when they sign up for a free trial, they would not have access to the accelerators. So the secondary conversion is to then upgrade to a paid account where they can call a digital account where they can get access to the accelerators. Okay, so all of that discussion has now been put into this document. And you can see here, this is what Whisper Flow has done. Take everything that I said there and pass that into Claude. That is a lot of context, and there is zero chance that I would be typing in all of that information into Claude. Perfect. Now I've got a clear understanding of your AI accelerators offering. Let me create a comprehensive web page design document that positions these as the Lego kits for AI adoption and drives conversion from free trial to paid tiers. And so this is now following on its own process of checking the existing collections, working out how it should structure the page, and then building out a web page design document that it'll then go and place in our tasks directory. And why this is so useful is that in any web design project, yes, there's the setting up of the web architecture, the infrastructure, defining the layouts of the pages and so on. but actually taking what is in your mind and putting that into the content on the page and structuring it in the right way is where so much of the effort comes in and the time comes in. And this is just accelerating that down to literally minutes. Okay, so here is our document. I'm just going to click yes, and then I'm going to show you what's in that document. So we go down here. Okay, and so here is our web page design. AI accelerators, it's going to have this URL. It is going to be a static page using our existing product collection schema. These are the objectives: drive free trial signups and educate users about accelerators, the target audience that we discussed, and where it is in the user journey. Now, what we've got down here are all the details of the different parts of our product pages that are going to be used, the key value proposition, our Lego kit approach, which we discussed in the previous part of the process, competitive differentiators, the messaging framework. Now, these come from our messaging framework document, which is fantastic. And then now we get into the page structure and the components. We're going to have a hero section, immediately communicate the Lego kit concept. I mean, this is fantastic. This was from a throwaway phrase in the previous section, and this is really at the heart of what these accelerators are. Problem solution positioning, accelerator categories, how accelerators work, how it works, featured accelerators, competitive advantage, live platform preview, and then information about what plan you need to be on. You need to be on Koala Digital and above, and then a conversion section. And then we get into a lot of detail here about the content requirements by each section. And so this is all coming from our style guide, our messaging guide, our positioning guide, and the content that we have explained. SEO requirements, AI implementation templates, ChatGPT enterprise rollout. This is all fantastic. This is going to go into the SEO setup of the page, user experience flow, calls to action, start free trial, access 50 plus accelerators in Koala Digital, demo video engagement. Okay, excellent. Trust and social proof. This will come from our customer testimonials. Technical implementation, schema updates needed. We're going to be using the existing product collection schema. It supports it. This is great. Claude's figured all of this out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Tone and voice, image requirements. Let's just have a look here. Hero screenshots, category icons, which icons we're going to use. Demo video. We need a 3 to 5 minute platform walkthrough. Great. Now, Claude did that in a minute and a half after our discussion. How long is it going to take you to come up with a detailed web page design such as that if you're going to do it manually? Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now we go on to the next step. Now we want to actually create the page. So we're going to go create Astro content. And then all we're going to do is feed it what we've just created. And there we go. So now we want to take that web design document and I want to create the file in Astro format, which is going to work in the new version of the website. So I'm going to create the Astro content file for your AI accelerators page based on the design document. First, let me analyze the design document and then generate properly structured content. Once again, this would be a blend of maybe a marketing team, a copywriter. It might need development and testing resources, but Claude's just doing all of this automatically for me. Great. Boom, 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 boom. Writing, writing, writing. And then this is going to appear in our content, product, Okay, so we've already got the digital CAIO page, and soon we will get our AI accelerators page arriving. And this is why, for me, this is not vibe marketing. This is not randomly coming up with designs for a page and what might this look like. Claude is following a very, very detailed process that we have already defined in these commands. So here is our document. Let me go. Where were we looking at? Content. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is our AI accelerators page. AI accelerators, your implementation Lego kit. Okay. Title. We may have gone a bit over the top on the Lego kit story, so we may be doing a little bit of editing there. Stop staring at a blank ChatGPT screens. Get 50 plus pre-built AI solutions your team can copy and implement today. Okay, amazing. And then we've got all of the content for the pages. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Excellent, excellent. So let me just have a look and see whether that has actually been linked up yet. So let me go here and accelerators. Actually, it's been put at the AI accelerators page. All right, so here we are. Stop staring at blank ChatGPT screens. Get 50 pre-built AI solutions. Stop building AI solutions from scratch. 50 proven accelerators used by 500 plus organizations. I could do a little bit of tweaking to make sure these numbers are exact. But ChatGPT Enterprise Rollout Kits, department-specific AI workflows, training and onboarding materials, governance and policy templates. Okay, fantastic. Prompt libraries, GPT instructions, change management frameworks. Okay, this is great. From compute fusion to implementation in 3 steps. Browse accelerator library, select your implementation kit. Why accelerators beat building from scratch. Hours, not months to implementation. Use cases. We need to deploy ChatGPT Enterprise, but we don't know how. Excellent. Well, here's the deployment plan and some more bits and pieces. Okay, so that's just in one pass. We've got the guts of the page. Now, of course, there's no images in there. There's no screenshots. So let's go back and just see what Claude is telling us here. Great, I've created the file. Here are all the different sections. Next steps, generate visual assets. Run the create image prompts for automated image creation. Okay, so let's take a copy of this, copy path, and let's go create image prompts and then pass that in. And what this is now going to do is take a look at all of these different sections where we have suggested that we need an image, but we have not got one. So if I go up here, on the hero, we want a product screenshot, image, product, mockups, AI accelerators, dashboard. And so it is going to work out that that's exactly what it needs. It's then taking a look at our visual style guide to make sure that any AI prompts that we create are following that style guide. And it's going to do one of 2 things. For some of the images, it may be it needs an AI generated scene. Maybe it's people using the product. Maybe it is people around a meeting room table. The other side is using a tool called Playwright MCP, which is to actually go and get actual screenshots from the product. So here we go. We do have an active Playwright MCP. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah. You have access to the Playwright MCP, so please access the Koala product and start taking screenshots. Okay, So let's see if this is going to open up on my screen. Otherwise, I am going to... Okay, so let me go over here. What this is actually doing is going to the actual product. Let me make sure we're doing this in the right browser window. No, we're not there, so that I can show you what's happening. Actually, it's doing it in this page. So let me just pause. Great. I can see that you are in the browser window, which is actually looking at the local website that we're building. Instead, can you navigate to koala.com and go to the accelerators page in the actual application? Okay, let's go back over here. Now it's going to navigate to Koala. It's going to go and have a look at the dashboard. There we go. What you'll notice is that it has restricted the viewport so that the dashboard doesn't go all the way over to the right of my screen. And that's because in the documentation, it has said it wants a certain size of screenshot. And that was, I think, 1200 by 800. So it's resized the view so that the screenshots it's getting are exactly of that size. So I'm not doing anything. It's navigating itself here. So it's gone to the AI accelerators page. It's taken a screenshot. It's now reduced the size of the screen even more because it's got a requirement to go and get a different size of image. I wonder if it's going to go and get a screenshot of an actual accelerator by clicking on one of them. I'm going to go and check over on the other side. Before you do that, can you click into two different accelerators and take screenshots of the actual accelerator ID page? Get a couple of different sizes, maybe some that are more portrait and some that are landscape. Okay, let's go back over. Watch what it's going to do. Okay, so it's clicked into one of them, the deep research prompt writer. It's gone back out to get it into a different format. Okay, it's gone back out again. Okay, clicked into another one, the AI policy generator. Okay, made the screen a lot bigger to get a landscape image. And for me, this is just amazing because for me to go and take all of these screenshots and then put them in a folder and then put them in the right place, whereas what is happening right now, if we go back here, and you're still taking a few pictures, you can see from the other perspective, right, I'm going to do the AI policy. Now let me capture this accelerator detail page. Let me go and get one more accelerator, perhaps a training material. I found the ChatGPT 101 video session. Great, now I've got all the training materials I need. Let me capture this training material accelerator page. Great, I've now captured a comprehensive set of screenshots. And then what Claude is going to do is to put them all in exactly the right place. So these are the screenshots that Claude has got. I've got 5 high quality screenshots. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All screenshots are currently stored in Playwright MCP, ready to be moved. Okay, fantastic. Can you now move them into the correct directory and make sure that they've got the names that our page is expecting to receive? Again, I don't need to be worrying about getting those screenshots, downloading them, putting them in the right directory, making sure they got the right names, because Claude is just doing all of this for me. Absolutely, let me move the screenshots to the correct directories. Create the required image directories. Move and rename the files. Verify that all the files are in the right place. Clean up and complete the task. And then let me go and have a look. It may be that we need to restart the server. No, here are images already. Great. AI implementation Lego kit. Stop staring at blank ChatGPT screens. So here are our screenshots. I don't know how many screenshots we've got in here. No, maybe we need to do some more updating. But you can see how easy that is to get the right formatted images directly into the application. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. And that is the 3 steps of the process, from defining all of the content that you want to have on a web page, to creating the written content that's going to go onto the web page, and then thirdly, to start creating some of the visual assets that are going to be added onto the web page. Now, this is not my final version, but it gets me 80% of the way there, where I can start seeing exactly what it is that is on the page and start tweaking both the content and where I want different visual aspects to enhance what is on the page.